space 3000 / chat flow, and I'm going to change the width to 400 and the height to 1080. Now I'm going to refresh the browser when the source becomes active, and I'm going to leave the custom CSS the same again. I'm going to click OK and move this over to the right, and what this is going to be is a chat overlay for all of our chats. So I've basically killed all the other live streams except for my YouTube one because it's just easier to show as an example. And now I'm gonna just put some text in here, and I have horrifyingly bad spelling. That is one thing we know for sure. And there we go. Now we put a chat in our YouTube. We'll go back over and you can see in the chat overlay, it shows that. And it will show chat to anything that you have set up. So Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, they'll all show up in that overlay on the right, which helps your audience see who you're talking to in case they're on one platform or the other, which is nice to have have that overlay. Now you can see when I went over here and tried to go ahead and add the chat directly to the stream, it didn't work. So I'm gonna re-add this in here. I noticed this happening when I add the chat overlay in, so I just removed, re-added the chat, applied it, and now our chats are working just fine. And like I said, I highly recommend you have this chat overlay in here if you are going to stream to multiple platforms. That way your audience can see all of the chat from all the different platforms and audience see who you're talking to in case they're on one platform or the other, which is nice to have. And like I said, I highly recommend you have this chats are working just fine. And like I said, I highly recommend you have this chat overlay in here if you are going to stream to multiple platforms. That way your audience can see all of the chat from all the different platforms and communicate with one another by realizing that it's just going to show up on your live stream, which is absolutely fantastic. So there we go. Now it's shown up on our live stream and we can add it directly in. Epic. Now I'm going to show you how it works and how you can customize it. To use the different presets, we just go over here into the main Twidget window and we just click this little slider. It brings up the OBS chat templates. We can go down here and select. It has some different ones for super chat and super sticker templates, but up at the top it has all different kinds of templates that we can use for our chat. So let's select dark and we can come back over here and we can add our text in, and you can see it gives it a dark format. We can select edge and there we go. You can see what that one looks like. Minimalist. And that's pretty cool. And then the classic, which I really like. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. But if you don't like any of the presets, well, you're not necessarily stuck with them, especially if you know how to use CSS. And let me show you how you can create your own custom ones. So what I'm gonna do here first is I want to go into Twidget and I just want to make sure that we have clean selected. Once you have clean selected in your main widget, we can go over into our OBS and select chat. I'm going to right click and go to properties. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change my width to 550 and change my height to 550 for this custom CSS. And then where it says custom CSS, I'm just going to write over this some custom CSS that was already written for me, and everything else stays the same. And there you go. I can put a link to this file in the description if you want to try this custom CSS. And so now we'll just drag this up so we can see it. And if we select it, you can see it even has some animations. It's very, very cool. Put some kind of rainbow over top the logo and it bounces in and bounces out, and that's cool. It's probably not my style, but it's meant to show you the kind of things that you can do with custom CSS if you wanted to set these up. Now, we're probably not all custom CSS masters, so I'm going to leave a link in the description to Zach's email, and according to him, you can just go ahead and message him if you want some custom CSS done up for your live stream overlays so that you can make them look unique to your live stream. What an epic app! If you want looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber, says that I'm broadcasting to YouTube as well. So now I'm going to go over into Twidget and I'm going to click on start, and we just have to collect our connections right here. So first I'm going to go into YouTube. I'm going to click this little share button and collect the actual location for our stream, and I'm going to put it right in here. Next I'm going to go into my Facebook live stream and I'm going to collect the actual URL up here at the top. I'm going to paste that in here. And last but not least, I'm going to go into Twitch and collect the URL for my live stream and paste it right here and click connect. And now we have all of our chats loaded in here. You can see the ones I've already created on YouTube. I can go in here and click select and turn them on and off. I can go into Facebook, type something in the chat, and then when I go back into OBS, you can see it shows up. I can select it and it will appear on the stream. And of course, last but not least, we can do the exact same thing here in Twitch. So this lets you see all of your chats right in OBS and select any individual chat and show it on your screen. We'll go back into OBS and select it, and there we go. So